Joining me once again, his name is D.A King from the Dustin Inman Society, an expert when it comes to illegal immigration and trying to change a lot of things in this country with the way illegal immigration is dealt with. D.A, thank you so much for stopping by once again here in Southeast Georgia.
Always my pleasure, Wild Bill. Thank you so much for having me, and I am a firm believer that you and I both understand that all politics is local.
That is for sure, and we're seeing a lot of that coming out of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. You forwarded me this story about a bill that blocks driver's licenses from illegal immigrants. Give us a little bit of history of how this bill has made it to where it is right now.
Okay, right now, and since 2012, the state of Georgia has been issuing driver's licenses to illegal aliens who have been granted a delayed action on their deportation by President Obama. This law should and can easily be changed. There is a pending bill in the state Senate and likely one coming in the House that will alter the law so that nobody can obtain a driver's license if they're here illegally. It's rather technical, but that is the gist of it. The Senate bill is SB 404. What we're trying to do is get this passed by the Senate by Monday. And then take it through the House, and it has to happen by Monday. But we're simply trying to adjust Georgia law so that no illegal alien can access a Georgia driver's license. A driver's license in this country is a de facto ID card, and it allows everyone who obtains that ID to act as if they are documented. So in effect, right now, what we're doing is we are documenting the undocumented workers that are taking our jobs.
Why has it taken this long to get this bill alive? Why has it taken it this long to make it happen?
That's a very good question. It's taken me about 4 months to convince most of these legislators, some of whom are my dear friends and I have great respect for, that this is actually happening. The media has done and is still doing a superlative job in making sure that nobody knows about this. The AJC, until yesterday, the last story they ran that I know about it was a story with a headline that the law said they could not obtain Georgia driver's licenses if an alien was here illegally. The simple answer is not many people know about it. Having been successful in educating the legislators and going to the Capitol and living there like furniture, I've convinced them that it is happening and further convinced them that it's a really, really bad idea and that probably when the voters find out, they're not going to be too thrilled. So one thing I ask listeners to do is to call your state senator and to call your state representative and maybe call the governor's office and find out why in the world we are issuing driver's licenses to illegal aliens and say as loudly and firmly as you can, stop that.
You know, it's interesting, you talking about how the media has kept this under wraps. I think the fact that you're seeing all these protesters come out that are protesting this bill only helps the side of those who would like to see this bill move forward.
Yeah, and excellent observation. It's a political reality that the illegal alien lobby, whenever they stage a rally and a protest with their signs, it helps us propel our bills through both the State House and through Washington. I was very glad to see I think there was about 15 of them out there in front of the Capitol yesterday in broad daylight, admitting that they were here in the country illegally and carrying signs that would denote the fact that if you want to change the law and actually enforce immigration laws, then you are somehow full of hate. We don't find that to be the case in Mexico, and our goal here is to simply have our immigration laws and our driver's license laws, for that matter, as efficiently enforced as they are in Mexico.
And this will help out a lot of people. Who are the principal players protesting this bill right now? Who are they and what do they believe?
There's an alphabet, a list of organizations. You can get from the ACLU to the Latino Human Rights, yada, yada, the Georgia Association of Latino Elected Officials, immigration lawyers. The money for all of these groups comes under the table quite quietly from corporate America. And if you want to get to the bottom of the problem, that's where people should go. So we're asking people to contact their legislator, and just the simple message, if you can't remember all of that, the simple message is stop issuing driver's licenses to illegal aliens, which is a very easy segue into my other topic, if I may, and that is the fact that we're issuing the driver's licenses now to everybody with a written test that is given in 11 languages other than English. Now, I hope everybody notices, wherever they live in Georgia, that when you drive, our road signs are in English, which might not be that big a deal for someone who does not speak or read English, perhaps in rural Georgia. But if you're driving on 285 here in Atlanta at 75 or 80 miles an hour in 6 lanes of traffic packed with cars, and you don't know that the sign in front of you says bridge out or this is not an exit, this creates a safety problem for everyone. What we're trying to do in our second bill this year is to create a situation in which the voters, when they go to the poll in November, would simply be allowed to vote yes or no on the following question. Shall the Constitution of Georgia be amended to make English the official language of the state? Yes or no? We have a resolution that's pending, and it has to pass the Senate and it has to pass the House with a 2/3 majority. It can't be a simple majority. It can't win by one vote. It has to win by 2/3. But we have enough Republicans that we've all worked hard when they told us they were conservatives that run the legislature, where if all of them voted yes, this would happen tomorrow. And we're having a great deal of trouble, A, finding a sponsor, and B, getting it out of committee. All we're asking for, and I think people will support this, is the opportunity to vote in November on amending the Constitution to make English the official language. We want the opportunity to vote. You can vote yes or you can vote no. But we want that chance. And we have people running our legislature who claim to be conservatives who have the power to give us that opportunity.
And you have mentioned this before to me, D.A., that this is going to be a slam dunk if it's ever makes it out of conference here and it gets on something that people can vote on.
We did this in Oklahoma. Those of us who fight for common language and our secured border and our enforced immigration laws. In Oklahoma in 2010, this ballot question passed by 76% of Oklahoma voters. Now, Oklahoma doesn't do any of their government driver's license things, for example, in any language other than English. Now, if we had this conversation 20 years ago, Bill, people would be scratching their heads saying, what in the world is this man talking about? Of course we do everything in English. Well, we don't, folks. Again, the driver's license test in Georgia, the written part is offered in 11 languages other than English. And if we're going to do 11, you need to ask the question, well, why don't we do 40 or 400? Why don't we do all the languages in the world? Who chooses the 11? The reason for this, we need a common language for cultural and linguistic unity, and most of us would pick English if we're given the chance to vote on it.
One of the things that's been apparent is that, and this is based on the last report, maybe this has changed, but Governor Deal has been quiet on a lot of these issues. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't commented on the driver's license issue with illegal aliens, and has he commented on this? Where does he stand?
That's a very good question. Governor Deal has gone completely silent, and I pay close attention, and I spend a lot of time in the Capitol, and I take no pleasure in saying this, but Governor Deal ran in Congress repeatedly as tough on immigration, and he ran for governor with a lot of promises, by the way, that have not been fulfilled, as tough on immigration. And having signed the bill that we worked so hard to pass in 2011, I haven't heard one single word from the governor's office on illegal immigration since he was elected. And it's important to know that this is no small thing. Here in Georgia, we have more illegal aliens than they do in Arizona. Arizona, by the way, has a governor, a Republican, who did an executive order to make sure that illegal aliens could not get a driver's license when Obama did his deferred action. The governor is silent. You can call the governor's office and ask him, but I don't know the answer to that question.
What is that number, by the way? Would you happen to know it offhand, DA?
Off the top of my head. And that number is 404-656-1776.
Very good.
404-656-1776. That is the office of Governor Nathan Deal. There's very nice young staffers who will answer the phone and take a message. And again, I don't think that it's simply our privilege to do this. I think if you want this to change, you're obligated to make at least a phone call.
You know, it's interesting that you brought immigration up with Governor Deal. I mean, a lot of people have believed that the reason why he was elected was because he really took a tough stance on illegal immigration, and that was one of the main reasons why he won.
Well, I couldn't argue with that. I had a meeting with the governor in August, and I asked him to speak up in public, very friendly, very cordial, and I have a great deal of respect for the governor. I asked him to please speak up from his office against any federal amnesty, because if we were to legalize all the illegal aliens in this country, here in Georgia, having lost the illegal status, a lot of these low-wage, low-skilled workers will become eligible for a very large number of taxpayer-funded benefits, and I don't know how the budget could stand it. That's just one reason. I asked him to speak up about the English language ballot question. I asked him to speak up about the driver's licenses. And I got a smile and a nod, and it's been silence since August. I don't know what to say, except for if what continues to happen is what I've been seeing happen. If somebody picks a political party, says, I'm going to vote for whoever they put up for election without asking any questions, and I'm never going to ask questions of an elected official because I don't want to seem disrespectful, they are doing the whole democratic process backwards. These people, including the governor, are elected to work for us and paid by us, and we have an obligation to ask questions.
D.A. King from the Dustin Inman Society, we appreciate you stopping by here once again to give us an update as far as what's going on with illegal immigration here in the state of Georgia.
Always my pleasure, Bill. Listen, we've got a website and a Facebook page, and I'm always grateful for your time. But if people want to keep up, they can Google the Dustin Inman Society or my name, D.A. King, and they can figure out how to get on our email list, and they can help on a regular basis. And again, thank you so much for your time, Bill.
Thanks a lot.